Scusami, do you know where the aeroporto is?
Welcome to Improving Business on Web Talk Radio, where business and personal finances take a front row seat. I'm Brandon Norris.
And I'm Rick Norris.
Today, we will be talking about scams.
You know, scam artists really irritate me the most out of most societal ills. One of them is because they prey on the good nature of people. They look at people and they think that people are going to give them the benefit of the doubt that what they are saying is telling the truth.
And what irritates me the most about it is that scam artists often are preying on people who are already in need of help. I mean, people at risk of getting scammed are often the elderly, college students, people who are vulnerable anyway and who need help. So that's what bothers me about scammers. Have you been scammed? We're going to be looking at some emails later from some people who have and discussing some of the scams. But we always like to hear from our listeners whether or not they have been involved in any sort of scam. Now, since there are different types of scams, let's get into something specific. Rick has a scam that he encountered in person that is always interesting to hear.
You know, there was a time about 3 years ago when I was at an ATM and I was accosted or approached or led by an Armani, a fake Armani sales rep. And now I have found out since then that this has actually been happening all over the continent. But the way it works is like this. I was at the ATM and I was in our home city of Manhattan Beach, California, which is only a couple miles from Los Angeles International. Scusami, do you know where the aeroporto is? Well, good nature, somebody would give somebody instructions or directions, and that's prior to my good nature. So I walked over them and I said, yes, it's just down the street. I said, you sound Italian. And he said, yes, I'm Italian. I said, oh, my family's from Italy. He says, where? And I said, Calabria. He said, Calabrese. He said, I'm a Calabrese too. Hey, paisano. And he starts throwing his hands up in the air and things like that while he's in the car.
Italians are always talking with their hands.
Yes, it is. You want to mute us, just do what?
Tie your hands.
Exactly. So there we were. He pulls his car over. Now, remember, I have come from an ATM. It's in the daytime. I don't go to ATMs at night very often because it is a security risk. And so here we are in the late afternoon. And he gets out of the car and says, hey, paisano. He said, I like you. Thank you for giving me the directions. I'm going to give you a gift. So I said, okay. And he opens up his back car and he takes out these 3 leather jackets. And he says, hey, here's Armani jackets. I want to give them to you as a gift because I like you. I don't want to pay taxes on them. Now, immediately, the bells go off in my head because if this guy works for Armani and he's not going to pay taxes, that is not his responsibility to pay excise taxes leaving the country. It's the company's problem. If there's any kind of tax to be paid on exports or imports, it has nothing to do with individual salesmen. And he hands me his card. And the card says, Giorgio Armani,